I don't wanna disappear like a rain puddle. I want the tidal wave. I wanna burn like a forest fire. Let it light the way. Some people fade to the background. I wanna shake the foundation. I want the trees and the ground shaking. If I have to leave, I don't wanna go gently in the night. Lightning and thunder, I won't surrender without a fight. I can't fade to oblivion. I don't wanna go gently in the night. Lightning and thunder, I won't surrender without a fight. I can't fade like the rain clouds. I wanna rain down. I wanna rage like the storm, earthquakes and hurricanes and fireworks. I don't wanna go gently in the night. Oh, lightning and thunder, I won't surrender without a fight. I can't fade to oblivion. I don't wanna go gently in the night. Lightning and thunder, I won't surrender without a fight. I can't fade like the rain clouds. I wanna rain down, down. I need closure from your eyes again, and you just jumble all your words, but I can see through it. I'm not stupid. I see every time that you pretend I'm the one who's breaking us apart. You're acting clueless. It's so foolish. Saying I'm sorry, don't worry. It's not fair and I'm feeling hurt. We put out the fire that burned. I'll never learn. My heart feels like sinking again. You thought this would last till the end. Now that you're going, I'm stepping, stepping, stepping right off the edge. Crumbling right to my core. Can't look at myself anymore. Now that you're gone, I'm slipping, slipping, wishing it wasn't the end. And this is the end. It's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep at all. Missed the way your face looks in the morning. Does he notice? Sorry that it didn't work. You're fine, but I'm feeling worse. Moved on so quick and it hurts. That's what I deserve. My heart feels like sinking again. You thought this would last till the end. Now that you're gone, I'm stepping, stepping, stepping right off the edge. Crumbling right to my core.
You know what's so funny about this app? I'm gonna think about it tomorrow. But you know what I'm so tired of, man? This app fucking disgusts me. Because people don't give a fuck about people, man. They give a fuck about what they can do and benefit for themselves. And so for people, and it proves it, for people to go live after I get off, after I tried to diffuse the situation, people want to make a spectacle about it. That's not actually caring for people. That's not caring for one's well-being. It's not caring for one's potential safety. That's not caring about nothing. It's about what attention people can bring to them. And it's actually fucking disgusting. You know, this whole thing is real simple to me. It's very simple. If I knew that any of you women in here had a problem with a man, sure. Could I stick my chest out, whoop somebody's ass? Sure. Where's that going to leave you tomorrow? When I'm not around, where's that going to leave your life tomorrow? And the day after, and the week after, and the month after. So, you know, if I was like most people, I would have jumped down somebody's throat, gotten a screaming match, looked like the hero. But you know what? Sometimes you have to sacrifice your pride and who you are and the things that you would like to maybe say or do when you know that there's a risk on how it may affect other people. Sure. Would I look like the hero, made a bunch of money? Oh, look at Vonn going after somebody. But at whose expense? Shells, bougies, gingers, anybody else involved? It's fucking real simple. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that you have a mouthy bitch on TikTok that sits behind another country's border and doesn't give two fucks about her people. Because let me ask you a question since you're streaming, you fucking cunt. What would you do if MILF had all your people's supporters' contact information, social security numbers? What would you do? How come you didn't stay on 10 toes for Bobby when he was running around the app with a social security number? How come you didn't give this much energy to that? Because your whole fucking point is just to try to make me look bad, but it's not working. It's not working. Because it's very simple. If I knew a woman had a problem with a man, could I stick my chest out and go cause a big scene or fight? Whoop somebody's ass? Sure. Where does that leave the woman tomorrow? Next week, when I'm not there? In a worse situation. It's crazy. It's crazy that when you know that there's people involved, you know, this situation didn't have a fucking thing to do with me. I still haven't even listened to whatever fucking was said. I have no idea what was said. But you know, it shows me everything once again about who you are. That you waited to get off live to take this moment to try to think you're going to make me look bad. It's not about people, man. It's about you. It's not about the well-being for other people. It's about you and your fucking motive. It's simple. Because, again, what would it have done and what jeopardy would it have put Shell and Bougie and other people in had I went in a man's throat on TikTok? What's that going to do other than jeopardize their lives? So yes, would it have made me look like a hero? Would I have got a bunch of pats on the back? Oh, rah, 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 right? But at whose expense? Whose expense? Wouldn't be mine. It would have been all of the innocent people's expense. Has nothing to do with me. It's just crazy. You can tell, man, you can tell when there's people that have actually been through really serious shit and been around serious fucking hardcore motherfuckers in life and the ones that haven't. Because you guys would cut a fucking neck off to save face. I fear no one. Let me make this very clear. I fear no one. I fear nothing. And I damn sure don't fear any man. I fear my Lord and Savior. That's it. Man can't fucking scare me, man. So you know, when I got off of here, I left it very clear that I would take my time and listen to the video. And then I would have a conversation, man to man, with how I feel moving forward. Period. But see, y'all want to keep making a spectacle of it. For what? Trying to use the people that were directly affected to try to make me look bad. So again, I will never, I don't give a fuck, hooligan. Because you're not a creator. You wouldn't fucking understand. You wouldn't know what it's like to have real life fucking people affected, buddy. You have no clue. So if you would have handled it any type of different way and you would have tried to make a fucking pissing contest out of it and affect everybody around you, including your family, then you're fucking dumber than I thought.
What's going on, bro?
Let's hear it, man. Let's hear it.
Man, I'm just, I always say how I feel about stuff. Keep
Yeah, you say how you think you feel about it, but you never look at the whole lens, brother. But go ahead.
Man, I've seen you break it off in 1,000 different people, bro.
I wonder why. There's a difference when people make it directly. Let me hear you. Listen, military guy, directly personable to me. There's one thing if they make it directly personal to me and affect me directly, then it's a big difference affecting other fucking people that ain't got shit to do with me.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that one. But when you and Tank went at it, it wasn't directly about you. It was about BR.
But he made it personal with me. Tank started bringing up my personal shit.
Well, no, he did do that. Yeah, you're correct about that. But also, though, and I get what you're saying, like trying to, protect your people, whatever. But when you got people in your own chat, bro, they were in your own chat, your own people, saying that they were scared of him or they've been hurt by him or whatever. And like whenever he brought up and said that, Shell, it was all fake crocodile tears. And the fact you didn't immediately jump off in his ass after you heard how she was talking and you didn't jump off in his ass on that one, bro, I'm not gonna lie.
To bring more attention to her? You see, that's what you're not understanding, bro. Listen, dog. I would like to know how many real life altercations you've been in, because, dude, by the day, the more I talk to you, bro, I can tell it's not been many, like straight up. And I'm going to tell you why. If I went over right now and whooped some guy's ass that I knew a chick was getting her ass beat, is that going to save her or is that going to make her life worse?
Well, it depends on how bad you beat it. Depends on how bad you beat it. No, I'm not always going to agree with you on that one.
Okay. Well. Okay. So the question is it worth the risk, buddy? Is it worth me? Is it worth me sticking out my chest on what potentially could happen to the person that's innocent?
Yeah. All right. Let's go with that analogy, right? But you still have him even after that. You still had him in the chat, still going after your own people, including Loki, in the chat, even after you had a conversation with him. So if you're trying to protect
have you ever read the fucking Art of War, man?
Yeah, bro. I read it.
Well, then you must not have comprehended it, because
I definitely comprehended a lot better than you do. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, yeah, who's winning on this app, buddy?
Because here's the deal. See, you can get loud with me, but you couldn't even get this angry with fucking Jordan.
Because you're making it personal with me, bro, because you always got a fucking mouth and you talk out both sides of it.
No, I ain't talking. I'm keeping it straight. I'm just saying like it is.
Dog. Why am I going to bring more attention to an innocent woman?
Okay, well then
I don't fear you going after Shell. I don't fear you fucking harassing her family or her family members or fucking disrupting her job. I don't fear that from you.
Well, yeah,
I'm not like that.
Well, yeah, okay, but here's the deal. So, okay, you fear that, right? That's how you feel. Yes, yeah. No, that's what I'm agreeing. That's where you're thinking. But then you still keep him in your fucking chat. You still keep him like to where
until I can have a conversation with him the right way. You don't know what my fucking plan is. Bro, you don't know what I'm thinking.
Bro, if you think you can have a conversation with that fucking idiot and make him change the way he is whenever he started on this platform being a piece of shit, just trying to get attention, and we know that's what he does, like, do I think that he does all this shit that he talks about? No, but just talking about it's bad enough.
Do you know how many people, bro, I've reached out to him and asked to leave alone and he left alone? You don't
Okay,
know.
well,
This one again.
no,
You
no,
don't even
no.
know what you're talking about,
You just told him to leave your chat alone, and then he directly went into your chat and started fucking with him again.
bro. I have been able to deal with MILF one-on-one personally like men. The problem is with all you fucking idiots, dude, you all want it to play out in real time on social media when everybody's fucking triggered and pissed off and fucking taking shit personal. That's not how you get nothing done. It's not how you get nothing done. Not with certain people. Every personality is different. You know it, I know it, and that's just the fact. He was on Burr Baby's neck. He no longer fucks with Burr Baby. There was other people that was on there. I'm not missing their names, but she's talked about it. He's talked about it, that he's left alone.
Bro, do you understand how many, let's say Burr Baby, right? Do you understand how many times he still brings her up talking shit in lives that he does? No, he doesn't actually leave none of these fuckers alone. He just doesn't do it in the same platforms where you see it.
I haven't heard anything from her. I mean, I haven't heard anything from her. I haven't heard anything from the people that used to tell me that he was fucking with her. This is the first time you're now bringing up something that I've not heard at all.
That was literally like 2 or 3 days ago. Well, it was probably about 3 days ago or whatever. But yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like these people like this, and this is how I know it because, bitch, I've been around the fucking world. I've seen it firsthand. People like this, you cannot have a conversation and they stick to it. You can't do it. You can't reason with them. There is nothing about them where you can, like me and you, we can have our conversation. We can holler at each other, bro. And we can work shit out, whatever. Be like, hey, you know what? Your opinion, whatever. But these people like that think the way he thinks, they are broken in their fucking brain, and there is nothing you can talk to them to change the way they are.
So let me ask you then, how come I've not had any problems with this guy up until what, yesterday? Today? He's been around this community for a year and a half.
Yeah, and bro, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you not realize how many times he's gone to other people's platform and talked shit about you on the other platforms?
Bro, what I'm saying is, dog, like, look, man, you can't handle every person the same, buddy. It's just not the way it works.
And I get that. I know that. Okay. I know that, right? Because some people you got to handle a lot softer. But my biggest fucking problem is people like him, the people that have that kind of psychopathy in their fucking brain. You can't fix. It's the same reason I got pissed off at Teapot with the whole BR thing.
So let me ask you this: what if he comes at you and your family? What are you going to do about it?
Oh, bro. See, I'm a cop caller. I'm a cop caller,
It doesn't matter. You can't catch a ghost, bro.
He's not a ghost. Here, let me tell everybody in the chat. You want to find somebody on this app, all right? And you don't know their fucking name. You don't know nothing about them, but they show their face on this fucking app. Go to Pim Eyes Program. Take a screenshot of that picture. Make sure it's a clear one. Put their picture in Pim Eyes Program online, right? And it'll do a reverse image search of that picture through every bit of the fucking internet. There's a little tidbit for everybody if you want to find anybody on this motherfucker.
So and guess what?
I'll tell you what, he ain't fucking a ghost.
Well, so then my question is, then if you know all that information, why aren't you doing something to save people?
Like you said, I'm not a fucking goddamn creator.
Do it on your own.
And I'm telling everybody on here, this is how you don't be afraid of ghosts. This part's actually the point of it. This is how you don't be afraid of people on this fucking app. You can find out shit about anybody on this app if they show their fucking face on this bitch. That's all you need. But
here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. What I'm trying to tell you though, dude, is it's not about being fearful. I'm not scared of MILF. Not the least bit. Period. I'm not scared of nothing. Not when it comes to man. Not a fucking thing. The shit that I've been through in life, I'm not scared of nothing. But my question is okay, by the time people get their hands on it, how much damage has been done to the people along the way? That's what I'm saying. Is it worth all of that?
Okay, is keeping him in your chat where he can continuously weaponize.
Who's to say that it's going to happen, bro? Yeah, did you not hear? I was going to call him tomorrow. No, everybody's assuming. You see, this is the first I've heard about this shit was tonight. I still haven't even heard what's been said.
Okay,
No clue what's
okay,
been
let me
said.
ask you a question. Whenever you had your own people in the chat wanting you to play it, why didn't you play it so everybody could hear it? Why didn't you play it then?
Because when I listen to something like that, I don't want to have opinions. I want to be able to listen to with the fucking, not a big room full of fucking people fucking telling me this, that, and a third. Plus, I know that is as disgusting as fucking people say it is and triggering. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to, A, risk losing my account, B, triggering other people? You know what I mean? Like it can go so many different ways.
I mean, realistically, I mean, you know this. No matter which way you go, no matter on any decision you make, it's always you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But in that situation right there, especially when you had his fucking dumbass in the box, you should have fucking played it, bro. You should have played it, and then don't let him deflect on going off in this whole fucking dopest thing or whatever. No, you should have fucking been like, okay, this is what the fuck you just said. What do you got to say about
Bro,
it? This is what the fuck you said.
Listen, bro. Listen, what he said, to be honest with you, I've already said. I haven't heard it, but I can already tell you that it's wrong. Anything to discuss graping people or abusing people is fucking fucked up. I've already said that without even listening. My number one priority is not what my opinion is, nor should it be anybody else's fucking shit on this app. If people care about people, it should be nobody's opinion on what was said. It should be like mine was to protect what can happen to the people that were affected and in the middle of it. Why do I want to speak and bring more attention to something that could ultimately affect them and their lives? Why would I want to risk doing that at all? Maybe it doesn't do anything, but why would I even want to chance and roll that dice? To our next thing you know, Shell is a sexual predator that messes with kids all over her community. She's fucking she's that. Why would I even want to risk that for these people?
That's what I'm trying to make you understand, man. I don't give a fuck how you have this conversation with him off the app. What he's going to do, it does not matter. He's going to do it the same way as if you went off on him tonight, or if you're like, hey, bro, look, I think you're a nice guy. We're just gonna have to part ways because you're staying on my fucking platform and blah 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 whatever. He'll still do the same fucking thing. He will still do it. Why? Because he's not a creator. He does all this stupid shit for just attention. You heard him say it himself. He likes the attention. That's why he does it. And even no matter what kind of conversation you have with him, he's still gonna come in here. He's still gonna fuck with people just for the attention.
But you don't know that he's going to come back in here.
Bro, I would bet you $100. I bet you 100. There's going to be somebody out of your fucking community he's going to fuck with.
Well, we'll have to see. You know what I mean? We'll have to see, and then if that happens, then things will have to be addressed accordingly. But because what I'm going to say to my community is to go their own way and do their own thing and mind their own business. You know what I mean? And just don't talk about him. Don't talk about him. Don't bring any attention to it. And for me, I'm going to.
That is the best way to starve him out. Don't give him no attention. That's the best way to starve him out, and then they'll move on somewhere else. So you are correct about that part,
bro. What I'm saying, hooligan, you by now should know me well enough to know that everything that I'm doing is usually for a reason. You should know that about me by now.
I understand how your brain. I understand the way that you think, like how your brain works. But when I've run across people like this over in the sandbox, bro, and I'm telling you, these people with that kind of psychopathy in their fucking brain, I don't give a fuck what kind of conversation you have with them. They do not change. It's just a snake that'll turn around to bite your whole community in the ass somewhere down the road.
Hooligan, you don't think I've not been around people like this?
Yeah, that's why I'm fucking hollering at you. That's why I said I was disappointed in the way you fucking handled it.
But what you're talking about, how I handled it on an app. Okay? That's where people gravely mistake how and who I am. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. But like I said, man, I just, at the end of it all, especially whenever he first got on and said something about Shell and her fake crocodile tear, man, the fact you didn't jump in his fucking ass after hearing her breaking down, bro,
Then
that was
you
a
know what?
bad
If I
fucking
would have
move.
done that, all I would have done is put a bigger bullseye on her back. And if people don't understand that, that's unfortunate. It would have put a bigger it would have put a bigger bullseye on her back specifically. And you know that.
You, I would agree to a certain extent, but I'll be honest. I think no matter which way you cut this cookie, your your community, people in your community, are gonna have a bullseye on their back with him, no matter what. But anyways, man, I'm done hollering now. I got my shit out. I just look, I mean, we talk about a bunch of other shit. We don't ever really have problems. We got some problems here and there, but this one right here, bro, I just had to tell you how I feel, man.
No,
And
that's
I
all
just, I
good. I
just,
mean, you've seen me long enough and you know me long enough to know that I'm not a dummy. And usually there's always a reason why, I'm saying or doing what it is that I'm saying or doing. Um, people always expect people to play things out over online. Um, and, not all things are for that. So, I can tell you this. Do you think that I'm happy about it? It's being up at 3:22 when I was ready for bed and, even continue to talk about it? I'm clearly not happy about any of it. Not even from where it started. I'm not happy about that it happened, not happy about where it's gotten, not happy about none of it. Um, and I've made that clear that I don't align with the things that were said at all, and I haven't even heard it yet. So, and I even told that to him when I was in the box, but I just didn't scream and holler because it wasn't personal to me. It was of other people directly affected, and therefore it's different at that point. Um,
I get it. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, and like I saw it in your chat, man. There were a lot of people in your community, not that it wasn't fucking just T's community. A lot of people in your community, a lot of the women that were really, I guess, just expected more out of it whenever you were having them in the box. They were expecting you to do more because, look, man, like you can get pretty fucking loud. Me and you both, man. We can get to screaming and shit. Like then I think that's what a lot of people were expecting. They were expecting you to rip into someone's ass, and the fact you didn't do it, like even Sharpay was in the chat, fucking saying it. You know, and that's just it is what it is, man. But anyways, I'm done hollering on here. I just had to say where I was at, bro. But I'll see you around. All right.
all right. I'm not sure, Sharpay. I guess how you wanted me to go at him or something. I don't know. Um, you you know what gets lost in all of it is, like I said, man, earlier. It's the people, right? It's the innocent people. Um, the reason why I got back on here is because to sit there and think that it was very clear that I was working to diffuse a situation for people, something that didn't have anything to do with me. Then people want to use that as an opportunity to assume that I'm weak, to assume that I won't have a conversation, to assume that, oh, Vonn, soft. That's your first mistake. You know, before I got on here, I seen a video, roughly, I only had a chance to listen to about 30 seconds of it, of where Bougie was threatened to be doxxed and her social security numbers of her and her whole family. Then I had and known about Shell's situation. So I want anybody in here to explain that it would have negatively affected them. Their bullseye on their back would have gotten 20 times bigger than it was before it all started. So again, the fact that people want to use this as an opportunity to try to make me look bad is weak as fuck. And it just goes to show that you don't care about people. You don't care about your people. You don't care about people in general. Because you know why? People like you think that you're safe behind a Canadian border. And you would sell out your fucking people in a heartbeat to save your face. It's very clear that that's who you are. Because for anybody to not see the bigger picture on who it was that I was trying to diffuse the situation for, because all of your gifters and all the people that support you, would you still have that same energy if he knew all their information? Would you still have that same energy to poke a bear if he had your whole family's social security numbers, your supporters, innocent people's information? Is that how you'd handle it? You'd get on here and be a loudmouth fucking bitch that you are? Probably so. Because any attention for yourself is good attention, right? You're the fakest bitch I've ever met on this app, who redraws the lines every fucking day to fit your narrative. So you know what? When I get off of here, I'm gonna sleep well, because I wanted the people in here that were affected, to know that I did it for you, to try to diffuse the situation to where it wouldn't keep on going. And I will have that conversation with him off the app. I had already sent him a message asking him to leave people alone. I did that as soon as I got off of here. But you know, I'll say this for the last time. If I didn't care about people, I would have done what people would have expected me to do, which was get on here and scream and holler and fucking get in a big shouty match. What would that have resolved? I would have been everybody's hero that's not affected. And I would have maybe got a bunch of gifts and a bunch of money because people looked at me like a hero for the moment. But what about the people that had the bullseyes on their back? I would have been sacrificing them for my personal gain. Period. I would have been putting them at more risk, possible more issues, for me to look like a monetary fucking hero. No different than if I right now knew a chick was getting her ass beat and I went and stuck my chest out and started beating this person's ass and defended that person. What would happen to her when I was gone? Her life would become worse. So sometimes as badly as you want to hurt somebody, as badly as you want to do some dirty, dark, evil things to people, sometimes a conversation first is the right way when it can affect other people. And I wasn't willing to sacrifice these people to make myself look good in the eyes of people for fucking an hour. And if people don't see it that way, you might want to question who you're around, because they don't have your best judgment at heart. If you want to know who I am and what I stand for, just go read my story that I posted as soon as I got off, because it was a Bible verse that was instilled in me since I was a kid. And it will forever stay with me. When people make things with me personal, directly, it's a lot different than when it's happening to other people around you indirectly. Life 101, man. I would never sacrifice others and people around me for me. It's not how it works. Guys, for the people that are real motherfuckers, you guys understand. For ones that ain't, more good luck to you. I appreciate y'all. I've said what I had to say. Hopefully now you guys better understand where I come from. If that was my daughter, would I bring this energy? I wouldn't handle it on TikTok, buddy. Just like I'm not going to handle it on TikTok now. Does that help answer your question? You guys thinking I'm weak is a grave mistake. God bless y'all. I'll see you guys later.